So when I was about 12 years old, I went to a summer camp and we had a night for confessions. And my understanding of God at the time was that God was an angry father who was angry at me for sinning and for disobeying his commandments. And so I would go to confession just feeling super guilty and being like, oh man, I'm not lovable and God hates me and he's disappointed in me and all these things. But I came to this priest who just had this sweet, sweet smile on his face, and I thought that was really weird going into confession, seeing this like happy priest. I'm like, priests aren't supposed to be happy in confession. I'm like confessing all these bad things. So I confess all these sins to the priest, and I just feel like garbage. And I'm like, oh, this priest is probably so like disappointed in me too. But then the priest just kind of looks at me, and he just says, okay, now tell me something beautiful about yourself. And I was like, what? what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? I was like, just tell me something beautiful about yourself.
I remember when I was about 13 years old, there was this family friend we had. He was a priest and he had a doctorate in philosophy. He was a published poet. I really admired him. And at 13 years old, I also really loved writing poetry. And I had these 3 poems that were really close to my heart. They meant a lot to me. They were pretty long. And looking back, they were probably fairly mediocre amateur poetry. And I'll always remember this priest who had a busy schedule. He sat down on the couch with me and spent a couple hours going through these poems with me and giving me meticulous feedback.
So I've had the incredible opportunity of being a part of a lot of formation within the diocese, and the bishop has been a huge part and made himself available to so many people in the diocese. And so he's really represented and manifested the fatherhood of God in a lot of ways by just being present.
I attended a Catholic conference called Rise Up in 2014. And I wasn't really living a very virtuous lifestyle at the time. Yeah, I was just really on the fence about my faith, but I decided that I wanted to go to confession, and I did, but I was just feeling a lot of shame throughout the entire thing, and I wasn't even able to look up at the priest. I was just so embarrassed and feeling so much guilt. And then towards the end, I was finally able to meet his gaze, and when I did, I was just so struck, just so pierced by his gaze, because it felt like I was looking into the eyes of Christ. And not only that, but that he was looking at me and seeing me in my truest identity, that like I'm his daughter. And yeah, it was so simple, but it was such a powerful and restorative moment. Thank you, Father.
That memory has stayed with me over the years because I felt seen and I felt so appreciated by this father who I admired and loved. So thank you, Father. And
I'm really blessed by our relationship and the relationship I have with him, and how he's just modeled faithfulness and been present. So thank you, Father.
I went in there thinking that God was going to punish me with his justice, but instead God loved me with his mercy through this priest and through his smile and through the way he was able to see the beauty in me and bring that out of me and inspire me through it. So thank you, Father.